Well, Liz, the Social Security match letters are supposedly going to every employer in the nation. Now, the issue here is that most everyone knows undocumented workers work in the Valley's farm fields, construction sites, and restaurants, and efforts to give them a way to get legal don't get through Congress. But the fear is the Trump administration's effort to force the issue could either prompt political action or result in economic turmoil.
Valley employers are scrambling after receiving letters from the Social Security Administration warning that many of their employees' Social Security numbers don't match the records. Most of those are undocumented workers using phony Social Security numbers. The fear is the next step will be ICE raids on businesses and deportations of workers. It's something Congressman Jim Costa of Fresno says we need to acknowledge and address.
The bottom line is millions of undocumented workers do a critical job in this country, in building homes, in harvesting our food, in caring for children and senior citizens, and working in the tourism industry.
Congressman Costa, along with Congressman T.J. Cox, both Democrats, say this revival of a program that was discontinued nearly a decade ago is part of the president's efforts to crack down on immigration.
The Trump administration's decision to reinstate this senseless practice of these no-match letters is just another tactic to further marginalize and scare our immigrant communities and their employers.
The letters put employers on notice, and some companies in the Valley have already noticed that more than half of their workers appear to have invalid Social Security numbers. If those workers leave, jobs will go unfilled, crops will rot in the fields. State Senator Ana Caballero says Democrats can't be the only ones speaking out against what could turn into an economic catastrophe.
The president needs to hear from members of his own party and business people whose very existence depend on having a workforce.
These letters from Social Security only require employers to advise their employees of the discrepancy, but it's assumed many workers will flee, fearing deportation. And Democratic members of the Valley's congressional delegation say the president's apparent plan to make fighting immigration part of his re-election campaign will make the tough job of immigration reform even more difficult. Now, among those fighting the president's action at today's news conference was world boxing champion Jose Ramirez. In the newsroom, Gene Higginson, ABC 30 Action News.